Good morning. My name is Ingrid Gannell, and I'm here to represent United Teachers Los Angeles. I'm a board member in East LA. I want to talk today about how LAUSD, and I've been an employee since 1998, is able to do amazing work and able to reimagine what public education can look like. We did this when the pandemic hit, and we decided to feed the community. You didn't have to be an LAUSD student. You didn't have to even be under age 18. If you came to one of our grab and goes, of which I worked at for 6 weeks, we served you and we gave you what you needed. And we were able to reimagine what food distribution could look like. I'm honored to speak to you today on the week of the 60th anniversary of Ruby Bridges, a 6-year-old girl who integrated the schools in New Orleans. And I know that I've heard Dr. McKenna for years talk about his own stories of the South. And racial discrimination and institutionalized racism is so much part of the fabric of this country that when we fight against it, we're vilified. And we don't actually have to look at the South for discrimination in race and for integration. We can look right here in LAUSD, where in 1970, the courts determined that LAUSD ran segregated schools and implemented programs, including SRLDP, a school readiness and language development program that I taught for 8 years until its elimination in 2015. But I know that LAUSD can reimagine public education for all students. Just like we reimagined food distribution during a pandemic, we can reimagine race and racism and institutionalized racism in this district. And we can reimagine it and we can eliminate it. One of the things that we can do that UTLA supports is a motion that cuts the LA school police budget and invests some money in our Black students. Contrary to some of the comments that we've heard today, investing in Black students or in society, in Black people in general, uplifts everyone. If we invest in Black students, we will uplift all of our students. We can do this through investing in counselors, nurses, social emotional supports, and programs that benefit our students. And that is what public education is about. We need real transformational change in our schools that lift up our youth, lift up their voices, honor them, and believe in them. I went into education because I believe the youth will lead, and I have seen them lead. I have 2 teenage boys myself, and I see how our youth lead. They've been leading this entire summer in racial justice. But they need adults that can facilitate their education and learning through authentic curriculum and projects and provide a safe environment that doesn't criminalize our students. The youth that we teach in our schools today are the leaders of tomorrow. And I know a lot of you in the school board are former teachers. And I know I'm 46 years old and I have students that have graduated from school, from college. And they are our leaders. We need to put in place in our school district systems that support our youth, raise them up, and don't criminalize them. Use the money that you voted on, the $25 million cut in school police, to invest in our Black students. This does not disinvest in our other students. This raises up all. As a mandated reporter, I find it a little bit of cognitive dissonance that we allow pepper spray on our campuses, but yet we are mandated reporters and we should report abuse. That seems very inconsistent to me as an educator. Like I said, I'm very honored to represent UTLA today. And I know that LAUSD can do better. And we can invest in our youth, we can support our youth, and we can reimagine. I know this pandemic has been awful, but this is an opportunity to reimagine what public education can look like. And you are the board members of the 2nd largest school district in the nation. And you can reimagine with our students who have been leading us this summer, so that when we get back to in-person learning, our supports are in place for our students. On a completely separate note, I want to also say that UTLA fully supports Member Goldberg's adult education motion to grant tenure to our adult educators. We heard many of them speak this morning. On behalf of UTLA and our members, I want to thank you for this time to speak to you and to just really center our students in what decisions we make. Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Gil Gomez. Once again, I was not going to speak today, but when I heard a fellow labor partner, turn it down. So when I heard a UTLA representative come up and say that they would like to take action against another labor partner, I had to say something. During this age of COVID, I'm hearing a UTLA representative saying that they want my members not to have health insurance. They want my members and my members' children not to be safe in this COVID era. That was a mistake. I will forgive them because they are family, but how dare you say that? So once again, I was not going to speak, but the word divisive came to mind, and a word subversion came to mind. And I'm glad that the callers identified themselves from the Labor Strategy Center activists, because at least they were bold enough to do that. The definition of subversion, the undermining of the power and authority of an established system or institution. That is what's going on around the United States, and that is what's going on with these advocacy groups in our district.